Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Will, what's going on, man? You're not apologizing hard enough, man. Appreciate you making time, man. I got you. I don't know the officialness so far as calling the meeting, but we have Mike, we have Casey, we have Jack, and we have Brandon. So for board members, and we have 2 observers at the moment. Are you able to?
I'm listening. You bet you do.
Okay. Can you hear?
Yeah. I hope I can do it.
Mike Riley's present.
Casey East present.
Jeff Musgrove present.
Brandon Edgar present.
I second that.
White seconds. No opposed. Aye. Casey East. Yes. Four days. Yes, sir. Okay. So as of last night, in the general fund, we have $165,915.99. And the road fund has $35,115.83. At this point in the year, we've brought in a total of $83,000 in sales. We did have the one lot open at the last board meeting for $1,800. They have paid. I've got the key ready for them. They just have to come pick it up. Our expenses for our general operations is $21,068. We did get new security cameras this month for around the pool and parks area, around the community center crash. And then we also got general maintenance stuff on replacing the fan blades in the community center. And in the back area, there was a bunch of lights out and we replaced those. So then we finished the security cameras around the pool for the most part. We're up about 60% of the way done with the ones around the community center. And then, so we're looking, overall, we had some of the road, this month's one would show the road fund stuff come out where we did some road work back in end of June, start of July. And those just came out in the accounts. But overall, we're still at a positive. Still made $35,000 more than we spent this year. We're on track. We'll probably bring in hopefully another $14,000 on the year.
Just magic one.
Yeah. Yeah, I expect at least a another $7,000 for sure. But our expenses, we're a little over halfway through the year, so they'll double on the year, total being 53,000. We'll end up with about 70,000 in total expenses.
I don't have anything.
And, no. Seconded.
Second.
Aye. Aye.
All right, we've got the two court cases that we had out for, those had to be, we had to send out, another service for those, so, because they didn't have services on them, and, so the court dates are rescheduled for 9/25. One thing, and I just received the master's list from Brandon with all the, different people in the county. I wanted to make a motion that we get an OK Land Records account to be able to search those files without having to go back and forth from the from here to the courthouse, you know, to search any, like if we're trying to do any research, you know, to
Any costs
huh?
any weird costs or anything?
Well, no, I think it's like $100 a year or something like that. But if you were to just not get that, you have to pay $1 to view each page. And so, if you get the membership, you can just unlimited viewing.
It does help if you're, because what that county record society does is, that's the easiest way where every month if somebody sits down, they can pull up and you can see every lot in the harbor that's been sold, liens been filed, anything like that. And if you don't pay for it, you can't see the quick claim deeds. So you can't see, if they don't contact you, if the owner themselves doesn't tell you, you can't see their address. All you can see is a name.
Ask another for the bad for me, just for a second. It sounds all good on the face of things. Just need to try to exactly.
The only potential right now I can see if there's not to, and originally I was with Michael as I'm getting it, is this lady at the county clerk office. I mean, she's been doing a lot of technically all the work she's been doing for everything I've asked her. Actually, they're supposed to charge me actually quite a bit. She's done it all for free.
Sure.
Like there's another lot that sold at the county auction, E38, that I was like, hey, I just asked her, do you have a name and address for the owner since y'all just sold that?
Right.
And she actually sent me a copy of it, so we didn't have to pay to like.
To view the actual
Yeah,
instrument.
she sent me an actual copy of it.
The reason why I was wanting to do it in the first place was, because if you had like your name on a deed, I was talking earlier about this, if you got your name on a deed, like for me, I'm a single person, and if that wasn't written out right, if it doesn't say Mike Riley, an individual, if it just said Mike Riley, like, there's issues when you deed that out later. So if you were looking at something and trying to go after somebody, and it doesn't have all the parties listed, or if you're just going after one of the parties, and they're supposed to be their 5 kids, you know, because they're dead or something like that, then like, you would have to, you just have to be able to look at those things. And I don't know if they'll, like, I know that they're not going to give you legal advice, but they know, have a good idea. If you got a good rapport with them, and you can do that.
So far with this lady, anything I asked her, I mean, she's giving, I said she did that 414 pages ahead of it. That actually what she sent, also, the name, I talked to her, the names listed are everything on the deed. So
Okay.
So on that aspect, what you're saying too, I get what you're saying, you don't wanna worry about later. When you look at the OK County Records website, even without looking at the file, it will show if somebody lists multiple names on that. If it's multiple names on the deed, they will show every single one of them on that website without clicking it up.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done that.
On the face of things, it sounds like good.
Yeah,
I mean,
no-
it's nice that we're getting quote
No,
unquote free
but no,
service,
it's-
but that's
Well, that's why I said. Exactly, and that's what I said, that was just when Casey said what's potentially, negative is just that
Yeah.
we don't have to pay more people what I'm figuring out, but I agree with Mike in aspect of getting it, it helps to have, even for the next boards. Yeah.
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 Well, just how many
Well,
people, how many parties are we going after?
Yeah, no, that document that they sent us was 414 pages, but that's not the same. There is officially 2,065 parcels of lots in the harbor, which means all 2,065 have one of those documents.
And they're usually 1 to 2 pages at least.
Yeah. So the point I'm making is that we can pay $100 a year. So we got $5 grand.
Access to that as opposed to paying $1.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Plus documents.
Just, just that initial 414 page document.
Yeah.
And I know on that, we can actually, set up a business account where it's not an individual, it's actually for,
Yeah, so we can all use it and try to get it
yeah,
there.
you can get extra access.
So do we have a second on that then?
I'll say it also.
Vote for it. I gotta vote for it.
Aye.
We got a motion and a second.
Yes, sir.
All right, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstain? Okay, so motion passes 5-0 to, get an okay plan.
Wait a minute. Perfect.
Okay,
Um,
sounds good, that's good information, thanks, Mike.
Yep, I think that's pretty much all I have as of right now. If there's, anything that you guys have questions with or suggestions.
We haven't really got any open there, we know exactly.
No, yeah, and then I will say that, the ones that we've had a 1-day turnover for those. They're getting handled the day that they're requested or the day after. So that's really good.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Big build up to the, the maintenance involved with that, because
Exactly.
it's a lot longer before, so, good job, awesome work. So nothing else on architecture control?
That's all I have.
Okay, so we'll move on to harbor control case.
Very little, we had the basement issue, we're still working through that. So far as, grader issues, Dawn, the way it seems at the moment, Dawn is saying one, which is, heating, that may change. Reached out to, if we were to keep Dawn on at current rates and current contracts, we really wouldn't have a lot to use for highway patrol or local sheriffs or sheriff deputies that have any significant. I'm kind of at a crossroads with this. It would be a good idea to have a sheriff's deputy presence here, but the cost associated, I don't think is going to be worth what we're going to
Get out of it.
I personally, I don't know where to go with this. If possible, I would like to have a more, have Dawn, have somebody else, harbor oriented as our patrol. That's my current thoughts.
I
What's
did have a
everybody?
member tell me there's a guy in the harbor who was interested in doing that stuff. So there may be somebody we can find as a second too.
Was that Chad Russell?
I didn't get a name.
Okay.
I think it's a younger Indian guy. I think the wait time, 50 years old.
Yes.
Okay, if he
was clutch, he was fully clutch certified.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he was doing that for designation in the hospital.
What, it is, this is kind of a complicated issue that I wanted to talk to the board about. The way the contracts are, currently written, there's not a lot of, not only that, but just, if there's like, I'm trying to find a way of elegantly, we're keeping liability off our security, but also, like, if they see something going on, at least they have to get out of the truck and like have a flashlight or something, or. But that runs me into like, I don't want to scare off Dawn by any means.
Generally, I hate on the pay to do, we have to do, yeah, he usually does on the power topic, you know, anyway. He usually not have to let it get out, but there could be something in fact that, you know, we might work on redoing that contract, the wording in it, just on, hey, if you go to these, if these things are, X things are involved, you need to call sheriff. There doesn't need to be like, you
Yeah.
have to.
No, and I don't want to pin anybody into being gunslinger.
Yeah. But sometimes just.
But just like being pointing a flashlight at something going on.
We get the ones, we have scenarios of there's been domestic violence and we show up and let's say we get stories of standing in the road and not going, hey, like, domestic violence with a kid involved, that's a legal issue, you should have contacted the call.
So I'm kind of at a crossroads as to, I think contracts need to be rewritten. But we need to be delicate in how we rewrite those because we put too much on security.
You don't want to put them in a position where they can be
Yeah.
legally responsible for getting hurt or.
Exactly.
Again, but there has to be something there, you know,
And with,
like a, you know, a schedule.
could you do it with Dawn?
I'm sure, like on a handshake sort of deal.
But mine is like, even just what you're rewording, like, hey, these are the things I'm, maybe sitting and talking with Don more on an eye and going, these are the, have a list of things you're looking at, like, hey, we kind of need these responsibilities. Is there any of these that you may, specifically
That's
someone like
point out
that?
as a problem.
Yeah, concern that you feel that gives you too much liability.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, cause just calling the cops, that really doesn't, but if it's something of, hey, I need you to kind of be more hands on the ground in this scenario, as long as it's something he's comfortable with, we know it's safe. He feels safe.
In my weird way of thinking of things, pinpointing a spotlight is about the same as saying what you've done. Just
Everyone
speaking
freezes
free.
like a positive.
I mean, so like I said, I don't want him to be put in sort of position where he feels obligated by his contract to
Right.
do something that dangerous. But,
I think you maybe just sat with him,
Yeah.
talk, if there's some things that we wanted to have on there, he could say, hey, that one makes me, like, hey, we want you to tell us that
Now-
you're still uncomfortable, so we know, okay, that might make you feel liable.
that dovetails into the next thing. Do we want to spend the money on less coverage and establish a relationship with the sheriff's deputies?
My only question on that, is I can see people in the neighborhood liking that, and I can also see it, depending on how it plays out, where, you got people that are having beers out in the front yard and then they're going, getting a public drunk or something.
No, I gotcha.
But then I'm not for people peeling down the road, just about to pass out or anything either, or anything like that, so what if we did get the sheriff, like a deputy coming out here on a regular basis, would we be able to say, hey, this is the kind of stuff that we want, I don't want to harass the neighbor, I just don't want the neighborhood.
I guess,
having
if you're, were you on to talk to the deputy?
Initially,
It's Kathy. Cause I guess I'd be curious, is that them doing it off service.
It is.
Yes, so then
It's up to their discretion.
yeah, they can't technically.
Or contract or whatever.
Yeah, they can act as this officer off contract, but it's much more serious than they can't do this public employee.
Yeah.
I think my point,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, then I said to do more under contract. But maybe what's, but that's,
Nope, you're
yeah,
straight
we're
here.
I come to mind and there was some experience on your comments on it. But yeah, I mean, either that or another option would be to, get with the county and start a legitimate neighborhood watch too.
And that's been brought up by individuals. My initial thought is to take every, measure available to keep it in-house. If that makes it, like, somebody that lives here, another gun line, another events here, or whatever.
Somebody's already done it. We wouldn't put the signs, and then we watch it, somebody get on the file. That's how we did it over in our other area.
Yeah.
We did it, we got the signs.
so someone at some point has filed the proper paperwork and
That's not all I've got at the moment. John is.
So basically, with all that rain we had, chemical weapons got all screwed up. What's that? Yesterday, they're heading back to normal, took a sample to Mark, got it checked. Chlorine was a little bit low. I upped the chlorinator, just a little bit. And checking again the other day, it's really close to where it needs to be. It's still at the same level, but it's really close to where we normally have it. Tomorrow I should be able to turn it back down and everything to do, chemical wise. At some point, I'm gonna have to get with,
they did,
come up with a closing date.
okay, I have an update on that road, cause they emailed me, I got an email at like 5 o'clock last night from them. They do have the pool cover in, but he just asked for my number so he could get a contact of me, I didn't tell him to get the call, but pool cover is in, so we just have to make the final payment and then set up a installation payment.
I guess we should probably call them, because they always had, in the past, they always had Park Pool come out and do a closing on the pool. Get all the chemicals set the way they should be, the pumps, everything, how we rest them for the winter. And then they would put the cover on, not winter, that company would do that for us, since they got to come out with the cover on it. They're no use in paying the companies to do that, so I'll reach out to them, and, see if they're willing to do that when they come out and put the cover on, because, have an official date to close the pool with the cover on it, and we have the winter.
Yeah, I'll need to get a call in to get a final payment to them, so I'll call them this week, so if I remember, I'll try to ask them about that too. Now, the pool cover, we've already paid deposits on, that's what we're gonna do, Burton Pool and Fort, out of Fort Smith has it, they had it in their hands, so their guys just come out, my understanding is gonna be all brand new anchors. Yeah, that was part of their thing, is they did their own personal measurements to come out, so they do make sure that it's set up perfectly correct. So the first time it's installed, they do it.
And then I also would ask them to, I know, like, Park and Pool would always give a discount when they bought pool chemicals early for the year. I'm wondering if there's any closeout sales or anything like that, that saves us money on chemicals for next year. So that would be something to bring up to but really other companies, because, we can save money one or the other. Getting chemicals cheaper than
I think we're good on chemicals
Yeah.
for the next block.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I'm not,
I don't know, yeah, I don't even know how much we need, but if there's any, some of you guys have been around the pool, have we, is that bucket look like it's even coming close to empty, the one that's been in there for?
no.
There's still plenty, and there's still plenty of shop.
And we've
And
been,
the only thing you have an issue with is when, once it sits all winter and you have to reopen it, then you're gonna use a lot of chemicals to get it back up to
yeah, right,
levels that you would swim in.
but I think we probably,
If we had to buy a bucket half the size of the chlorine that we've got now, we would probably be good for all of next year.
yeah, right, that's one of the, it may not be worth it for us to buy it right now, because it's usually, then they want you to buy a lot to get a discount as a closeout versus like a one bucket, it's not really gonna matter between now and then.
The way they did it before, I think you gave a percentage discount if you bought early, was, just early bird gets the worm kind of thing. It wasn't anything like real major, but it was a savings, so, that's why they always bought them, right before the season started, but I was wondering, can you get a better deal, like Walmart did today, clears everything, and in the hunting season, they clears everything, and, at the end of summer,
I,
that was the type of deal you could get into, I just don't know.
Well, my initial thought, and tell me to shut up every time. Let's wait for a month or so. Once those deals, I think we're good on, everything I've seen,
There's a lot.
we're good on chemicals. Now, if there's just a like, holy shit, this is a great deal, let's take advantage of it.
Because remember William too, Lucinda had bought a bunch to start the year, and then randomly, at some point Randy said he thought it was, we were getting low, and he bought a bunch. He didn't buy a bunch, but I remember when I saw the receipt, he bought a little bit more. Looking in that room, we probably didn't need it, but we just didn't know it was in that room at the time.
Right, yeah, because like I said, that bucket of chlorine is fine,
We barely used it, and we still have multiple buckets of all that.
Yeah.
I think you have to buy it, I think that's what you should.
They have,
Okay.
Yeah,
they have a bunch of that stuff at Walmart too, so it might go on clearance also. Look at that, like the next one.
Is there any way I can run right quick to the restroom?
really the only other thing I had on pool, there's really no discussion on it, it's, Gary, over there across the street, is doing an absolute amazing job in his bathrooms.
You know what his last name is?
I'm terrible with names, he told me, I can't remember his last name, but,
Stewart, I think.
Stewart, nice of that.
yeah, I plan on, just on my own, doing something for him, to thank you for, some of the stuff he's had to go through in his bathrooms. That sort of thing, so it's, whether it's a steak dinner or, getting hard to Walmart or, getting hard to Harley Davidson, because I know they're ready to motorcycle something.
Yeah.
Do something for me, and, keep doing stuff. I'm sorry, I wouldn't never ask anybody to do it either, so, because I won't do it.
Well, there's something, I guess, on the pool, especially the bathroom, we might consider, just running by, why just the bathroom, so when it comes back to, since we have all those boxes of tile, which I think it's the same tile on the wall, it probably wouldn't hurt if we had someone in here that could do tile work, that doesn't mind doing it, redoing that in the bathroom, because right now it's just done wrong on some of the levels, where the water just goes out on the floor. It doesn't drain back, but since we have the tile,
Where's is it porcelain or ceramic?
It's porcelain now.
Oh, it is.
I know he was, at one time, the guy that did it was supposed to come back and fix it, but I don't know if he ever did.
I mean, he threw it now,
Obviously, it's still not right.
and it's, no, the whole bottom's gonna have to be redone, there's no, they put a lump in it to hope the water not go over, but it's so far back by the drain.
So you're talking about doing tile in the shower can?
Yeah, the shower pan's
Yeah.
already tiled in that next bathroom.
But it's not working right, you wanna redo it, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it needs to be, because right now, the way they did it, it's basically, if somebody doesn't make sure the point of the shower head all the way straight down,
Mhm.
basically all the water runs right out. Very little wax, unless that's something like wax you go to the drain.
Really?
And then, yeah, and they did put a lip on the edge of it when you step in for that water to come out. But we still. Yeah, right, yeah, you can't just put a lip on it and step over to where you like the jacket and it wouldn't be able to come out the bathroom, the bottom of it is down in the shower.
I can take a look at it, I can't tell you what I can do, to it, but I can take a look at it. Check out what's down.
Catching up, there's just Lowe's, Home Depot tubs.
Well, the whole thing is the next shower,
Yeah.
the next shower is already got, now someone redid the tile for us at one point, didn't do it correctly. I appreciate what they did,
Yeah.
they didn't do it right.
Yeah.
Since we have boxes of my shoulder high of tile, so we got the tile, kind of fixed part, kind of just the bottom is tore out when it's done. So it has a proper pitch on it, so
We
it
need
can
a,
run out.
there's no hammer, or,
Just so we don't have that.
I can look into it, make any promises, I don't have to do that stuff.
The Jeep works is
Yeah. I can tell you if it's doable, and I can tell you like when Casey's talking about, they make those shower pans, and you can just put it in the fiberglass, and that's what they usually do now. Now, usually people don't build them, they just put the fiberglass one in and just do the tile on the wall.
Yeah, I know there's a guy here in the market that's a plumber, I guess,
My dad is.
before they originally did this, I was talking to him, and he said back then he was trying to do a bunch of stuff, but he might, I see he might be willing to do the work that we want to have done.
No,
If you would do for,
just catching up, not like what problem is that with those?
basically the way they did it, they did no pitch back to the right, and then they did this weird bump, there's no lip at the end when you step in. So if you don't want to have the shower straight down, it goes out.
Probably actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
And I
you'd
know
have
that's
to
something.
build it. I mean, you wouldn't be able to do it, but it'd be a far shot that you could find a fiberglass one that had to drain exactly where our draining is
Yeah.
gonna be, so you're
Yeah.
probably gonna have to rebuild it too.
Yeah,
Short, yeah, them raising it up.
Yeah,
yeah, first it's good without the pain, good with the top and the towel in.
Just tip shop, but
yeah, that's what you do, you tear all that out,
Yeah.
and then make it have some slopes,
Slope, right, yeah.
and then put the top in it.
Right, actually, that's what I figured.
It'd be a job.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of those, it's labor, it's,
which I, public again, I'm not climbing on a roof, I'm not sweating my hands off at 110 degrees.
Oh, yeah, you.
Once things start cooling off, I mean, hey, hunt season's kicking in, I'm gonna be a little out of pocket then, but
Yeah.
like, if we got a project due, I mean,
Yeah, once it cools off and stuff.
yeah, I'm all about that, but I can tell y'all right now, no, I'm not climbing on a roof in August.
Yeah.
Our
I'm
water
busy.
septic.
I'm busy right now, too.
And if we're doing that, that's gonna be like November before, right?
If I have to be used as the group's excuse, I'm fine with that. But, I'm just saying, I'm down to, I mean, I don't know nothing that requires what is required to fix that.
We gotta check it out.
But once things cool
The
down.
next time we have a meeting, I can
Yeah.
give us a list of what we're gonna need to do, whatever else. we
It's
decide.
literally some tiles, so we've got, but I know it's gonna get rocked out in there.
Just so that.
The tank is the biggest part.
Get the old,
Yeah.
that's like how that always says this time. That all full.
The last thing I got is, I don't know if everybody knows, but, then we had to shop the pool and we would sign up for the pool being closed.
none of us thought about it.
Yeah, none of us, so, yeah.
Yeah, the only reason I even knew is because he called me that morning, he was by the store, and I was like, hey. And he's like, as soon as he said it, he was like, it's Gene, and I'm like, oh, God.
He's really nice about it, and, I told him, we'll take care of you on it. They were actually able to borrow a pool, someplace else, and had to pay for it, so we got that last year. It just, we don't want to ruin that relationship.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's a good amount of the pool chemicals that we use, just like paying for, so, I told him, I'll take care of you on that, and he also has me as a contact, now.
Okay.
For the pool, so if he's got any issues, I'll be around. And that's pretty much all I've got on the pools. For the park, let's see the roads, yeah.
The roads weren't a problem, so it's okay. We're now, no lie. I've driven them, after each rainstorm. In fact, I just got in a while ago and, we got a few of them I could get the rest. Monday when I go into town to get the, ATM card, and I go by the rental place, get some quotes on equipment. So I'll be tied to get one. But anyway, after today, it's like I said the other day, the things that, the roads are messed up, are still messed up, but now some of them are worse. Naturally, Rocky Barrel, Skyview, Deer Run, Skyview, basic culverts. But those roads, all of them up there gonna have to be, right, they got washed down the middle of them, the one down from Casey's house down by the one food plant. They're gonna have to do something about that. We're gonna have to redo that ditch and re-rock it. But the ditch is actually in the road now.
Yeah, on that red rock over there, by the, water plant, there's one house on that road on the opposite the water plant.
Yeah.
And, so he told me that, and they just recently, he told me that if that guy buy 10 more, he said they'll do that ditch with the 10 more in that guy, so he talked to him.
I've got,
He was willing to purchase one.
he's gotten weird, or well, I know him on a personal level, I'll reach out, I'll try, but he's gotten really weird. Go ahead and finish up that.
Yeah, so anyway, like you talked, we need to pick up about 5 culverts and then gravel, each one of those roads we do culverts. I'd like to do it first because it's causing water issues on some of them, and we dig down Green Rock and all that stuff. And then probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably about 2 loads of gravel in the range. I'm guessing right now. I'm working on a detailed plan. Other stuff I want to get addressed is, and I think it's doing some of others, is people with that parking their vehicles in our easements. And actually, over at Salt Lake.
This boat right here, is that what you're talking about?
No, I just drive down the neighborhood,
Oh, okay.
cars like right, they won't drive equipment down the road if they're vehicles in the easements.
I got you.
County won't.
Yep.
So, anyway, I'll get that addressed, and also, I've noticed a lot of leaves and brush get piled up in the ditches, people are not getting them burned out, taken care of, it's causing some problems. So, other than that, like I said, we'll go Monday, get that ATM card, we'll go get some quotes on the equipment. I've already got the 10 quotes, for, 24 footers. And, 12 inches, 465, 15 inches, 595 each. And, so,
Who'd you get those through?
Oklahoma, is back on
Okay. I don't know if that's who you're talking about using for the rentals too, but I priced their skid steer after I've used one a couple times for that 123 or Express, whatever it is, and they were cheaper. And
Yeah.
they were also cheaper on the delivery of the equipment. Yeah.
The only thing that, who was that?
Child by lumber.
Double their delivery costs.
Yeah, the big thing,
Yeah.
and that's, we got lucky last time with Express, William and I talked about this, is that they only, he had it for 5 days, and only charged us for 1 day, and the delivery driver, he was straight told William, he was like, hey, I don't think this is around, he goes, lady in the office doesn't know what she's doing, hey, what it says. And they only charge for one, but if they would have charged us for all 5 days, instead of $555, it would have been like $1,500.
How do we,
If you take that off, it was $555 for all that time. And then there was $120 delivery and $120
Yeah, so 240 at 555 for 1 day, technically, they charge us for half of it was literally delivery, but that.
how often do you wanna work on roads? 4 times a year, 2 times a year, 1 time a year? I mean, let's just wave a magic wand and say everything's perfect.
I would say 4, but I mean,
4 times a year?
for what I'm looking at, is the equipment, California lumber, they don't have big equipment, I'm looking at getting something 40, 50 boards.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Box blade, front blade. And, the skid steer is nice, but you can't move some of that SBC around.
Okay.
It's smooth and nice and smooth.
Express does have the loader landscape where it's got loader on the front and
Yeah.
then the box blade on the back. We use it for.
Okay. I didn't know it was ready. But I'll get all
They
that
call it the loader landscape.
loader landscape.
And I don't know if it's even worth exploring, the core hardware has
Yeah, they
equipment.
Yeah, I'm talking to them, got little, they have those skid steers, I've seen them out there. We just don't have too many areas to.
Is there anyone in Muskogee that might be cheaper?
I'm not sure, I know for sure Wheeler Metals is about the cheapest place though, and they might have the tin ones cheaper, I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But that's who I was telling you about for the roof, you know, it was, I think, about 50 cents, per foot cheaper, something like that, but, it's something to check on. I know it better than me a couple times.
I didn't think about calling you.
And when I've heard talking with a lot of guys, I talk to them in the store, that we work, I've heard a lot of times, half the stuff you get is cheaper on it, so we got one.
Oh, yeah.
Even with the distance difference, it's cheaper.
Yeah, it ain't that far, much further either. 10 more miles.
Yeah, I do that, but I don't wanna lose my tax exempt status or something. Yeah. Yeah, we'll check on that and, I'll go check. Well, that's all I've got on the road, because I've been driving from the, went out this 480 and, we're gonna have to address.
I'm just mentioning that. With the 4 time, like, just grade and, shoot, that was right. Reducing 4 times, just getting equipment 4 times a year, or 4 times dropping loads, or 1 time a year dropping loads.
I think, we're gonna put that some, they got a bunch of them, pretty good, it's just weird.
Everything's
Two roads,
moving
it's
down
just
here.
well jacked up.
And there may, that honestly may be the roads, because it really did so much to get it back to maintainable. There could be a portion of it that it's, a lot of handwork is just figuring out ways like the road by the water department, I never remember the road's name. Rimrock specifically, like that's one, you maybe when I actually mentioned this to you, my city county guys that come by the tour, I was like, you know, it's redneck, but I'm like, would it be almost worth putting like powder concrete before it's mixed in the bottom of those ruts so that it holds it when you go the new gravel in, holds it in a little better so it doesn't wash out as easy. And like, all of them was like, and I even talked to Matt Murray, who does roads for a living too, and all of them, it's actually not terrible. For those, you would make the process to get like sky, because it's like the sky is all pebble already, because you have to do that, then immediately drag it in water, and then afterwards, do it again with like the clay compound, so when it really sets the true road for once. But it was one, because you can get this pure, a truckload, just about the same cost as gravel, just truckload, just the powder concrete, not pre-mixed. So then you can pour it down one road like that with some, and then go over it with like a truck of water, and then fill it in, and then it releases. Yeah, that'd be the thing. Cost.
Yeah.
Going down, especially Rimrock, I mean,
it's on the local common, right?
Right, yeah, you would have to.
That's why the big equipment, that build that up.
If you have it set up right, you can get that little landscaper, and obviously you should all swim, and then you can just dump swim. Still people, I mean, putting that bed up with all them ruts and all that stuff in there, it's not gonna.
But you get half smooth, what you're saying, that wouldn't be bad.
This is just an outside idea. Maybe somewhat policy and whatnot at every quarter meeting. Like, hey, we need help.
Yeah, I'm gonna retake, Chris always said he's going to do this,
There's also that, what's the name, on that property, next to Steve Merrill. He's got a tractor in right now that's he's got a front end loader and a backhoe.
Oh, you talking about the one that across the street?
Yeah, across the street.
Oh, yeah, he
Next
just-
to Steve Merrill's shop.
Yeah, he got the property from his mom, I think.
Yeah, and he told me, he said, once he gets out there full time, he's willing to help out, so he's another one, keep your cash with safety and things.
Okay.
And I didn't have his phone number too, I talked to him a little bit. And he's the one actually, I called down and Bush, and let him know that that's his load, and, trailer, and there's grass, on that side of the, right in front of this, Highlands place.
Oh, yeah.
But that's just, he's brought his tractor down to where a lot of guys have to be parked there. No room down on, reservation parking, while you clears the lot, loads out, all that stuff. He should put that over there today, it's not right there.
So, just to catch up, he needs a place to put his tractor.
No, he brought his tractor in, he doesn't live here full time, he just got a lot. And, he's getting a level, he got some trees and stuff like that, so he parked his boat, and the trailer, he brought the tractor in, boat went by the pool.
I got you.
And run the tractor down, he's doing his work, and he'll put that stuff back over there today, he's supposed to take it back.
Cause I may throw
They
something,
already gone.
throw something on Facebook, like this volunteer, see if anybody else has got it, take tractor through, call Chris, that's what I may do. So like any day.
Well, and this might dovetail into the next thing, but I was kind of thinking, after we've got quarterly meetings now, member meetings, maybe just kind of make it a thing, a part of, hey, we're gonna take a roll call or whatever at the end of every one of those meetings. The next day, if we have that meeting on Saturday, it's the next Sunday, the next day.
Oh,
Hey, we're looking for a group to work on roads, they just kind of make that as a part of.
That's one of his waxes, like, well, we used to have guys, he said, people are getting bored of doing that. He said, everybody, maybe everybody, I said, no, nowadays, everybody wants to drive.
And I mean, we're just gonna have to lead by example. On that. But,
they'll see the stuff one time, we did that, they will see it,
but that's just my thought on the roads. Just kind of make that start doing what we can to make that a tradition, at the end of every annual meeting.
Real quick with this group, everybody in this group is in on, and, that, hopefully that will, drag some people in, and, these guys need to get out there and do some of this work, so let's jump in and help them out. So I think that will help a lot, just, everybody, all of us are being hands-on with everything, it's like, you're not over the pool, but you're there working on the pool, and, comes time to work on roads, if I'm available, I'll be out there working roads with you,
Yes.
everybody's working together really good, so, that'll show the membership, hey, let's get in and help them out.
Not, have we officially moved from, roads to number 8 to other topics for this?
You got anything else, Jack?
No, that's it, man, that's, I don't know.
All the other topics, snow stress, I did call around, trying to get some dumpster estimates,
How'd that go?
OPC filled out, it did not go well at all.
Yeah.
Soon was recycled,
they've got more business than they know what to do with. We,
Yeah, so, and, I didn't get a name of another one out of the discussion, I'm gonna call them,
I talked to Colton trash roll-off, Colton, the trash roll-off thing that's right there at the roundabout, and he said the same thing. He said, I told him what we were paying, and he said he didn't know how that they were even able to do that, and to just stay with that, you know. Yeah.
All right, so it's that's cheaper than we thought.
yeah, we,
$2,400 a month just for the dumpster. You can't take that to the dumpster stand right now. I was like, it's a big one.
I'm of the mindset of dumb rock bug.
Yeah, yeah.
That's me.
We've got We'll scratch that off. All we did. Just go ahead and make that. We never heard anything more about that.
This is just something I wrote up, so, kind of what I've been used to, as far as meetings and stuff like that, it's not, I mean, I'm not saying this is the way we're gonna go. That's why we have more meetings, so we can discuss it again, the final, you know, how we're gonna do it, but, so, obviously, we already talked about the board meeting, where, you know, we'll run through the agenda items, old business, new business, members can't participate, but, you know, I take the more opportunity meetings for the members to, you know, come to us with questions, concerns, things like that. I have no problem with the board meeting, every board meeting, but go with the conversation after we're done. So anybody that wants to talk, you know, I think we should listen to them, within reason. I mean, you know, if our board meeting runs 2 hours, which it should, but if it runs 2 hours, and they want to stay there 2 hours and talk, that's a little much safe anyway. But, you know, at least give an opportunity for some conversation at board meetings. The POA meetings, I've got, you know, run through the agenda items first, start to wait, get the agenda items out of the way, like 10 questions. If you got a question, write it down, ask it, with the floor is open. And then, after we're done there, we'll open the floor for discussion of motions. So when they, once we open the floor for discussion of motions, anything like that, we want people to approach the mic, you know, we call it on, so, you know, get our attention. Call you up, introduce yourself, tell us who you are. I've got, just me and Ray to talk about this a little bit, I've got, basically 3 minutes to speak, give or take. You can say a lot in 3 minutes. We don't want people like repeat themselves over and over and over again. I've seen that happen. There is a timer there that I bought off Amazon. We'll set the timer up. You have 3 minutes to speak. Then we need to set some type of limit on the topic, so we're not on one thing for 3 hours.
Okay, I'm just hip shotting and opening it all up for discussion. All right, 3 minutes to propose whatever idea you got.
Correct.
And then what? 3 minutes of discussion, 7 minutes of discussion, unlimited minutes.
Well, that's what we're saying. On that topic, we need 20 minutes for that topic before it needs to be voted on or not. Now that just leaves you for 3 topics. Well, no.
Get an hour.
Right, potentially. But it's,
I'm just-
but you have,
Everybody uses that, yeah.
yeah, you're saying one person standing up and talk on that topic gets a max of 3 minutes, so that at least gives you 6 people essentially to come up and voice an opinion on the topic. Just because, you know, we have seen meetings where way too many people to come up, one topic be there for an hour, but if you don't allow enough people to talk on the subject, somebody's upset that they didn't get a chance to get at 6, something like.
Here's my
And they're
definition.
gonna get a feel that they don't have to say anything, and I mean, everything they do on bylaws, restrictions, everything is controlled, and this is a big misconception among members. Everything is controlled by them.
Yeah.
We can't change bylaws, we can't change restrictions. It has to go through a vote of membership, and there's so many people that don't understand that. And I hear over and over and over again, oh, the board's gonna try to do this, the board's gonna try to do that. The board doesn't have authority to do anything. It's all them.
Here's just my initial thoughts on the whole matter. Until we get our definitions just down to a
which is gonna take years. It's not, we're not gonna figure that out anytime soon. Until we get our definitions down, absolutely down solid, the discussion is 5 minutes. 3 minutes for a proposal, discussion is 5 minutes.
What you're saying is it's 8 minutes total.
Yes.
The only problem is, and I get the point of it, to try to speed up the process, so, especially depending on the meeting, especially
If you've got 5 or
Well,
6
you're not
days.
you're only going through 2 or 3 topics per meeting because not everybody's
Yeah,
getting time to get
but-
to their topic.
Exactly.
Well, that's why we were open
but-
last one, we only
but-
had 2 or 3 things.
But if you look back, you look 5, 6 technically,
Oh, yeah.
and June, for back, you know, if you go from June to July. The only thing is if you look, if you take like that, and then you look at basically, you know, I'll take Facebook and rent assault, but it's something.
It is a litmus.
Yes, exactly. So part of the big thing, response on that was, is either not enough information was talked about, which is fair, or somebody didn't get to voice their opinion, or they didn't understand, so it's, you know, there's a part there, you know, the reality is no matter what we set, whether we set a short time or a longer time, someone's not really unhappy, and this was there, we
Which
have,
is fine,
but
but we still.
we have to set some type of limit no matter what, and then go from there, whether it's you set a 20-minute initially and go, okay, this is still too much, or
And,
you
and
go,
there's nothing to prevent the board from granting more time.
yes, yes, absolutely.
So like, if there's a complicated issue, there's nothing from like, hey, no, you
Yeah,
keep going. with
right,
that
yeah,
stuff.
depending on it,
Some topics like the Airbnbs, that's the, you know, if that comes up again, that's gonna be a long discussion.
you could have an entire just.
Yeah, which, I mean, you should, I mean, yeah, they need to start focusing on this.
And, you know, if people start saying the same thing over and over again, you know, you're saying it.
You don't wanna be rude, but you gotta say, you're saying the same thing,
Yeah, this has been said.
Then you got another member that comes up and says the same thing the first one did, cut that off.
Well, we facilitate. There, you know what, and even here is to help these meetings, it wouldn't hurt, is you can go to like Ace Hardware and you can get whiteboard. Not, if you try to get whiteboard that you use just a whiteboard marker with, if you try to get one framing, it's $200. But if you get just a sheet, an 8x4 sheet, you can get them for like 30, $40. It actually wouldn't hurt for some of these things to get those and put them right here behind
Yep.
where we
No
sit,
problem.
put it down
Yep,
this
yep,
wall.
yep, yep.
You're talking about $50, you're talking about $60 max cost to put the
Just
whiteboard,
the-
because you could put the topic and you could go, you could start listing the things mentioned on it, and you go, everyone said that's pro, everyone said
Just
no.
having your idea put on a whiteboard means a lot.
But it allows before that thing goes up for a motion, because some of those aren't gonna go, the thing people also forget is, bylaws don't have to wait till July to change.
Okay.
So, but it allows them to do that and put up points, but that
Well,
could help
let's slow
also
down.
summarize.
Let's slow down, we're going in new directions. We are talking about time limits on.
Well, it may help use the
Yes,
time limit more
yes,
efficient.
but currently, right now, current topic of discussion, unless I'm mistaken, is time limits on discussion brought forward and discussion.
Yeah, we're
So let's try and hammer out that, not for indefinitely, but for either
A start
a year
point.
or the first
Yeah.
membership.
I got always 2 suggestions.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We can alter it after this. You know, if you give somebody 3 minutes to talk, maybe, they want to make a motion. You give 3 minutes to talk, and they're, you know, 35 seconds. Then, you know, we can probably cut that down, you know, to 1.5, 2 minutes.
I got 2 suggestions.
Run the trial to see how it goes, you know, see where we need to add time, take away time, all that stuff, and just streamline the meetings.
Mike's got a bit here. Go ahead.
So we could do like what we did at this last meeting where you did the 3 minutes and the 20 minutes. But I think if we were gonna do it that way, and not be able to cover as many topics, then we need to have more frequency of meetings so that we can actually get to those
We've already
topics.
got it now, they voted, we have to have 4 here, no matter what.
Right.
My thoughts on that, just, I like that, I would want to see more.
I do too.
We're gonna have a meeting on roads,
Right.
whatever subject.
Yeah.
But if
This is
it's
the
not
focus of it.
5 minutes, but we're gonna spend
we're gonna
We're
do
gonna
it.
hammer this shit out.
This, you know, we can sit here and talk about what's our plan, what's your
How-
plan, y'all think.
How we
Sure.
get to there, I don't know, to where we have enough membership, participation and all that.
So,
I know. Go ahead.
yeah, that's all I was gonna say, is either doing it that way, or do the shorter format where we can, like you were talking about, like 3 and 5 minutes, and then just kind of leave it at that for now. But I think we could try it either way, and then reevaluate it at the next meeting and see, how everybody in the community feels about it. You know?
Okay.
Whatever you guys think.
It's a good
Really, I'd like to run it, I'd like to run it on
Two and eight.
Initial price is 2,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, you can do that.
I'd like to run the meetings on like a loose rendition of Robert's Rule of Order. And the reason I say that is because if you go straight by the book, Robert's Rule of Order, everybody has to understand it.
That'll never happen.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's
It's
table.
pretty hard test. But if we stick to, you know, which is one of the other things I had on here, you know, we need to demand that members respect the person talking. You don't have to like what they're saying. You don't have to agree with what they're saying, but they have the right to say it. So give them their line. And you got, you know, whatever time you come up there afterwards, rebut what they said. But everybody's speaking over everybody. It's just not, the meetings are not gonna run that way anymore. That's over.
Yeah.
That's gonna be over with this first POA meeting.
There's nothing wrong on our meetings, too, because if we don't get to all the topics, so many people, I mean, in the past, they used to select what they want to talk about. If we don't get to them, all right, we're gonna catch it in the next meeting, it's just like, I said that thing right over our agenda, unfinished business from the last meeting,
Okay.
we just jump right into it.
Okay.
And, well, and that could also, if there's unfinished business, that could be beneficial of saying, hey, because it's unfinished business, we will have another member meeting next month. Instead of going, well, we'll figure out when we have the next one. Okay, we actually have unfinished business and we can come back in a month.
Yeah.
And some of these topics may have research and then we may just take this.
That's good.
So that actually, using that,
Issues that need more attention. There's nothing wrong with that. The whole thing with you know, the quarterly meetings is putting in the bylaws just like the July meeting is. For us, for future boards from here on out, it's mandatory to have a minimum of 4 meetings. Because if you get a board all this lazy and doesn't want to do, I'll have a meeting every month. I'm good with that.
yeah, oh, on that topic, we need someone to write that.
Yeah, I can do what.
Because that, that's,
What do you think?
the only thing that was actually voted on was to put it in the bylaws that we have 4 meetings a year. So we need to, someone that's half confident writing that up, you know, needs to write that. I mean, it can be simple of a statement of amendment. Because right now, it just says we only have 1 meeting a year in July. So it just be an amendment of we have to have 4 a year.
I think it's just change the dates from the July, you know, what is the second Saturday in July?
Yeah, that's right. Well, you can just, you can leave that, say, and we have to buy rule, and we have to have 4 a year.
Right, but my thing was, I wanted to see if we need to schedule, you know, in this meeting, we need to schedule a POA meeting for next month. And that's just gonna be a, you know, get everybody together, but, you know, find out from the members, when is the best time they wanna have a meeting. We need to have one like January, February, March. And then we have one in June, we have one in July. And then we, October, November, December.
I got a suggestion on that, Will. Go ahead.
I'd almost say, when you, on the, if we say, because of bylaws, we have 4 a year. And when everyone knows, the bylaws, you only have to have 1 a year in July, but the reality is you gotta have June. Yeah, even though it's not in, yeah, even though it's not in there, everyone knows it is. I'd almost suggest it as, you can leave the wording for that the exact way it already is in there, of having the 1 a year in July, and then just flat add requiring 4 additional a year, but really that means 6 required a year, is what it really ends up being, because you gotta have June, you gotta have July, and then you have 4 additional, well, now that at least that puts it, reality is actually supposed to be six, even though you put four.
Why couldn't we just, instead of, if we don't, if we're already gonna have June in July, and the reason why we're having the June is to set it up for the July one, right? Why can't that one, why can't that one be in March? So we've got one for March, you know, for our first quarter, and that one's the one that sets up for July. And then we got July, and then we can do October and like January.
Well, you wouldn't wanna do, the March and July is too far apart.
Instead of replacing one with the other, I just would.
Add.
Yeah, just add.
Yeah.
Instead of replacing
That's,
June with
that's
May.
like, I would rather, do that
Just adding
requirement for, yeah.
Here's my thought, have two of the meetings.
Yeah.
My suggestion on like if we're discussing dates and all that, just have one meeting on Labor Day, one meeting on, Memorial Day. The two big holidays. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other two, like I said, the June or have it in January or whatever, but to me, that, at least having a meeting on the opening and closing of summer makes the most sense.
I think October makes a lot more sense too than November or December for that last one, just because you got people hunting and you got holidays, all that stuff. What?
Well, every other
Or yeah, just do that.
Yeah, you have six, we're gonna have.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you still have smaller, but I guess we kind of got off, we didn't set a time on what we plan to use as time for members maybe.
All right, let's establish, we have the next
Yeah.
members meeting, let's just
Do we
get
want to
that
do it
there.
2 and 10?
Will you bring out a calendar like that?
Well, no, we already have that. Water company. Yeah, it was several.
We're just talking about the times, right?
Yeah.
Times for,
Right now, we're just talking about the time.
the time for like, questions and votes.
Do we want to say max of 2
Two-
minutes,
2
total
minutes.
10 on the topic?
I think that's good.
I'm just gonna start with less, I'm gonna say two to bring up the subject and eight for discussion, and if anything needs to be brought forward, that can be bring it on.
Well, you have to put a limit on each person's time, that's why I say, when I say 2
8 minutes.
No, I wouldn't say 8 minutes. Because that, they're gonna interpret that wrong. Members are gonna take that as, I get 8 minutes to stand there and talk. No. At that point, you say the entire topic, including so you get 8, we're saying 2 and 8 makes sense. Because you go, the initial person bringing it gets 2 minutes, and then.
You're talking per individual.
Yes.
That's, at some point, you gotta let them choke on their own voice.
But that's the only problem is especially when they have 8 minutes total.
If they can't find a universal representation for their, whatever it is they're bringing forward,
Well,
that's their issue.
My only is that per person may, but a person against it may intentionally sit here and try to distract the top for 8 minutes. So you kind of have to set a thing and go, okay, so we have this person's 2 minutes, the total topic only is going to be 8 after that, but each person talking only gets 2 minutes. Because otherwise, you're not getting fair representation of people who have it.
One of this, because a lot of times what you see is people come up and they ask a question, and then they go back and forth, right?
Right.
Why don't it just be like, if you wanna ask the question, you can ask the question, then somebody else gets to ask the question. And it's not like, this person
gotta
gets
get back
10
in line.
minutes, you know, and-
But that,
yeah.
That's what I said, the whole.
How long does that period last for? Is
That
it
lasts for
essentially-
eight
that's what-
minutes.
that's what I said.
Make that last for 8 minutes, and you get to do one question, and then it's on to the
If
next
you got
person.
another question, you just. jump right
Somebody
in
else might
line.
ask the question that you're gonna ask, you know, so just let the next person go.
Y'all asked 5 or 6 questions, it didn't take a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. You knew what you were
Three,
saying.
4, 5 motions.
Yeah.
But it's,
A lot of that's gonna fall on me and control though.
yeah.
Right.
Well,
You know, I'll have to shut people down or
Well, and that was one thing I brought up to Dawn, and we had a little bit of a back and forth, is, to me, the way this works is having confidence in the sergeant of arms. So, and my initial thought was to have a neutral third party, but Dawn agreed, like, he would do it, he would do the job. But, I mean, we have somebody more or less respected within the harbor as an authority figure, willing to be the sergeant. I don't see the Robert's Rule of Orders working without the sergeant of arms. Oh, respect it. It's basically, you gotta follow this rule set, and if you don't, this guy's gonna tell you stop doing that.
yeah. Okay.
And everybody has to respect that guy that's going to your house.
Yeah,
And that's what Don pretty much told me, he said, you know, if something gets out of control, if you can't shut it down, just give me a signal.
and we may not have to figure out the time type stuff until we really get into like next election time when it's bigger and important.
I've distracted back to, all right, two eight, let's.
We can start with that. We can start with 2A.
2A.
Let's start with that,
So
yeah.
it's like 2 minutes person max talk. And then
8 minutes of subject and
Yeah,
if it
yeah, the initial
needs-
person 2 minutes, and then basically that allows 4 people to talk after, and then this goes to a motion or not about the next topic, unless the board feels, you know what, this could use more, go ahead.
This is a pretty serious topic, and it needs a little more time.
2 minutes
I
per
think you can bury yourself on just for example, like a raising the news thing, or Airbnb thing, or those are gonna be something, you know, if somebody brings those up, they're gonna be more
Yeah,
discussion.
that, right. Okay.
I'll second.
I vote for.
All in favor?
Alright.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstain? All right, that'll pass 5-0. We'll start doing, 8 minutes per person, 8 minutes per topic. Anybody after that, like the initial question, in that 8-minute time, you can do it. Give an opportunity for people to speak. And we'll put them on timer, and the timer goes. We're done. Okay, so that's, and then, like I said, we'll kind of fall into how the meetings are gonna go. It's kind of hard to explain how, you know, like, how to control the meeting and stuff like it. You just see,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll just become,
you gotta be able to read the room.
yeah.
Does anybody else have anything else for other topics?
I've got 2
There's a couple more on there.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
About, concerns. So,
I think that was,
a question on the spoil ballots and the percentages and all that stuff, and after digging into it, it won't matter if every single one of those ballot questions that was considered spoiled was for any one, bylaw or restriction change. It would not change the outcome of the meeting.
Yeah, I got the math right here.
Yeah, I did.
Members were questioned, would it change the outcome, and it would not change the outcome of the meeting if there wasn't enough spoil ballots to change the percentage enough to make, ballot question.
Yeah, we beat that one, I think, that night, but
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, we
the
all the
make
math
sure
before we
people-
left.
Yeah.
I say we deal with this if somebody wants to bring it up. If somebody contests it, we deal with it.
But the map, we ran the map,
Already done the
even though only 8 were actually considered maybe not spoiled, all 28 changed, doesn't matter.
That's actually in the minutes too from last meeting.
Yeah, so we don't have, unless someone really wants to harp on it, it's.
It kind of blew up even after that, you know, we talked about it, blew up a week or so later. And, you know, just so we're all on the same page, that's what happened. And we didn't go, and either everything went for any one ballot question, it would not change the outcome of the meeting. We can change the outcome of the elected ballot questions that were put to the voters.
Next we got is poll procedure and status.
I think we were talking about, one, the gate, and then also, if we wanted to amend any of the rules that we had, made, or the pool rules, you know, like if we were gonna make the time later, but then we discussed we had to get lights before we could do that. But that was just some of the stuff that was on the agenda to talk about,
Before you can go after dark, I mean,
yeah.
really, once the, you know, when we go with the keypad system, once the sun comes up, the pool can be used. Once the sun goes down, or, you know,
As long as it's not there. I don't know.
My
30 minutes after, 30 minutes.
my feelings towards the pool.
even moved like, let's make adult night, or adult, like Tuesday nights is adult night,
For this, well, we can take a poll at the meeting,
Yes,
see
yes.
what everybody else says,
But-
what the pros and cons are.
but the focus for pool related issues is getting.
Yeah, this is all winter to work on.
And,
And the whole thing about, I mean, pool park, community center, all that stuff, we set the rules for those areas.
Right.
It's strictly said in bylaws, the board sets the rules for the mountain areas. I think some of those rules are a little strict,
Yep.
a little extreme. I mean, I don't have a problem if somebody wants to bring their family down to their kids to play in the park, and they're gonna cook some food on one of the grills and they have a beer while they're in the park. What's the big deal?
Sure. Or bring a bottle of water into the pool.
I didn't even know that.
Well, that,
No drinks.
no, well, that's the only way either. November first,
November,
we're not
yeah.
regulated by health department.
Yeah, it's just one of the rules that it says on the rules.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
Well,
something
especially
else.
if it's a health department, yeah.
Yeah.
The,
I mean, that's a ridiculous rule too. You can't bottle water.
Right.
Right.
You're gonna dump water in the pool.
Yeah, which is, it was a state rule that we had to follow, unfortunately, like I said,
Sidebar's gonna be
we'll want to remove that off the board, since we don't have to go state on that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is there anything else?
With the community center area, I was talking with Brandon about this the other day. I'd like to start, and I'll start this myself, and just start with like one bag of patch and start patching some of this concrete out here.
Jack and I talked about similar, like,
Yeah.
get it cleaned off. And then-
Well, you have to do that, and I did it, and I've got a blower and brooms and all that stuff, and I got all the equipment into the concrete. We can just do little pieces at a time, see how it goes.
Is that something that can be done and it'll actually stay?
Yeah,
Don't ask me.
I don't know.
Yeah, we
My,
can
my
patch
guess is
that.
just really, he said you can.
we can fix some of
Well,
that.
I mean, I'm all for that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, that's just wasting space and it.
Yeah.
It's hard for the kids to even try to play basketball.
Mhm.
We can put a net up there, get pickleball or.
We're good with skirt curves and stuff.
Yeah. Given somewhere for people to do those activities, those functional, not a daily.
I think that's about $5 a bag, you know, to start out with, just try something, see
Okay.
if we do some
See how it
floor level
goes.
or something like that, yeah.
Oh, no.
That's something we don't even have to, like motion or anything like that, that's maintenance on community property.
Right.
Yeah, that's still actually technically, that's concrete package where it can
Just remember, what exactly, just cordon off the section, just
Clean it all out first, you know, with any, if it's hollow, you have to get that out too, you know, like chip some of it up and do it, patch it up.
Okay.
Future DLA so we set a time for a DLA next month.
Well, we already have, September 14th, we did that, we have the whole thing we're on to announce. This was the 14th, is the water company still coming? Is the water company still coming for that?
He has not confirmed the date, but he changed from like the Tuesday he gave me before, he changed from that. He said that, you know, because like the big issue cost wise and travel was cheaper on the 14th. So he's told me that's the date. They are required to send a letter to all USW customers. So I'm gonna reach out to him Monday and verify, you know, all this stuff and when this letter comes, because I think we're gonna have to say something to the full membership prior to that letter coming out, or the guy's gonna get hung no matter what.
Yeah, he's.
Well,
He doesn't know what he walked into.
well, he's gotta have some sort of idea, but I mean, the water's a real sore spot for me, and I don't know if right now is necessarily the time to bring it all up, but, I mean, the amount of work, I'm gonna start getting real belligerent here, so I'm just gonna quiet down.
It's a lot, but do we wanna leave that just plain, we can always move this back a week, so we can say, originally the guy wanted to do 14 for the next meeting, so we can plan for that.
He's got a certain amount of notice that he has to give, so
Okay, so let's
there'll
plan
be
for
plenty of time to adjust. Yeah, plan for
14, okay.
we can adjust.
Now, I remember his thing was gonna be early in the morning, so then what?
I don't think I'll work out.
What's
I've
Saturday?
got
Well, Casey won't be a board member that morning. But.
I can represent
well-
myself that morning.
Well, because, yeah. At the end of the day, that guy will have, he said he wanted to do his in the morning, right?
My only duty as a board member that day is to introduce the man to everybody, and I'm no longer a board member.
Right, well, that's, we need
14th that morning.
that morning for that guy, but what do we do about, do we just, the problem is, do we make a break in the day and have members come back to our members?
This is
late?
this is my suggestion, the weekend before we hold a meeting or something, we hold something to like, hey, we are holding a meeting as the board or whatever with the water company, what are your questions? If nobody says a damn thing, so be it, but, I mean,
Which we gotta do at the town hall one, right?
Exactly.
We'll just do that one as like on the seventh, we'll do a town hall one about the
Good.
topic.
Which
That way it's
all
not-
we're doing is writing down. We're not commenting on anything anybody has to do.
September town hall.
Yeah,
we'll
it's
announce
hot.
that.
We don't know what, we don't know.
Well, that's, I had Mike write down, then we can do an announce, town hall meeting on the seventh, that's not a members meeting, that's just an unofficial thing. So we can get everyone prepared if they want to.
What are your questions for the water?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the 14th, we'll have them here in the morning, and like you said, and then immediately, does that mean we, since our board of directors meeting has to be beforehand? So,
Suggest a break in between at some point, because I'm sorry those people are gonna be fired up. I mean, I'm gonna be fired up. And
it,
I think everybody needs to go have beer and calm down a second before we go into a POA meeting, because then that direction just could come directly toward us.
so then we can, what we can do is we can say it's at 10 a.m. because of the USW. We won't really have a specific time, because we don't know how long that could be. They can, so we may have to just say, because of that meeting, yeah, because of that meeting with the water company, our meeting will be at some point
I
after.
have to explain the subject, giving you my drinking time.
Yeah, we may say, whatever the water company is, we'll have a 2-hour break, just so everyone can calm down.
We're gonna get fired up, we're doing this as a pressure relief.
Oh, yeah, everyone, even us as board,
We're doing this
we're
for
gonna do
you,
this.
water company.
Well, and see here, I don't know if anybody's heard any issues with the water and the billing system. Has anybody heard anything?
Just
I
stuff
got
that's-
bills in the mail, or emailed to me for my lots.
Here,
And I have water on one lot that I'm using. I put a water meter on the other lot, but it never started the account. They sent me bills for both.
overall confusion. Overall confusion is the most I've got from
I'm sorry.
most people. About those.
They sent me bills for both lots. I've never got a bill on the Cowbell lot because I never started an account on it. You know, as long as they don't start the account, I'll have to pay a bill on it. I'm not ready to get water.
Yeah, so I
They
think
sent
that's,
me a bill for both accounts of $109 charging me minimum water and sewer. I don't have sewer on either lot.
Hey, is this from USW or is this from the new accounting group?
This is from the new account.
but even then, it's how do they even get your thing? You've never had it.
That's their job. That's their job. They're fishing for free money. They don't give a shit. If they can get $200 or whatever out of a,
We're not like that call, dude.
so.
Yeah, they transferred over the clientele from the old billing to US Water, so they got everybody's information. And then they sent this letter out saying, wait till the bill comes.
I don't really got one.
I never got
About
it.
time, and then maybe you can set up your new account and pay online or direct deposit or whatever.
Again, I don't work.
So, I mean, thoughts. So you said that guy's supposed to be 10 a.m. on USW? That's what what's saying.
14.
10 a.m. and then what's
I've got,
saying.
there's a new thing.
Okay, so then we got that covered for future meeting.
We did decide the other day.
Yeah, we'll just have to do once that's in, we'll see when everyone wants to come back, have them to have a drink and calm down.
Jesus. Okay. Sure. I might need that. they're kind of, not that, trying to find the words.
You're at a stalemate for what else they're trying to do.
Yes. And switch around, and, the original intent was to find the pros and cons of this evolving and not evolving. They knew much further on that.
This could be something we can discuss this further later on.
No, it's fine. They're asking for direction. What do we want them to do, basically? And we've got some really intelligent, really research-oriented, really experienced people that are asking for work. In my experiences, if that's the case, you get what they're asking, and I don't know what to give them. You know, like, they're,
That was it, because Randy never even approved. I was the one that actually had to officially motion for that to be formed in that mentor meeting, because he wouldn't just do it. So I had to motion it, and the only point I ever made in that meeting was for them to find pros and cons of dissolution or staying together. And he said, oh, and that was when Randy said, well, we don't even have to have a motion to do that, but everyone had already motioned 1, 2, and voted. But, so he never actually did anything on controlling anything, pretty much.
According to the bylaws, the president can form any committee at any time to appoint the members to.
Right, but,
Get a board member, kind of oversee that.
well, I don't think, I really didn't appoint anything.
I'm just, before we go any further, I'm just gonna ask this. Do we have time as a board, or Kathy, when's our next meeting?
Next week,
Next week.
next Sunday?
Next Sunday? No, that's fine, that's
No,
fine.
we see, no, next Sunday, the date.
No, I'm just telling you, this is, I'm sorry, but
No.
this is a copy of what I sent y'all. This is why we need the direction. But read what this says. This is why we need the direction, okay?
Okay, if we can, yeah, my suggestion, try to meet before the 25th with that committee for like 15 minutes. Whether it's over phone or
Yeah, we can,
This is to review the topics.
where they're gonna go for,
Okay, yeah, I got the content email that we got today this morning.
yeah, just at some point in this next week, we all need to try to come together and go over some things.
Working the time where everything's together.
Are we gonna be at Bird Store, next, what works for everybody next weekend, if that
Well,
works?
we'll need to do it before, essentially Saturday. I will be, yeah, they're gone Friday, probably it's Saturday, so we need to do it between now and Thursday.
Does that work? Like, how's that work?
Does anyone have issues with my Monday, Monday night?
During the work week, I'm getting up at 4 AM and, so I can't really do it. I mean, I could do something but it's probably gonna be while you were still be at work, you know what I mean? But,
Yeah, we're always good if the guys come in.
But we could come in to your store while you're
Yeah,
open and
we
we
will.
just do it like that. That's my only deal. is-
And we might be able to squash this here now. This is what I suggested just in the last meeting is I see a lot of really good information in the newsletters and everything, and what's going to happen, or blah, 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 or how, letting the delay dissolve. But it just, everything, the aftershocks. How do we convince people to read it? How do we convince our groups, our sets, or our little groups to read this newsletter? Like, hey, there is no opinion, here's the black and white on. And I think that's the biggest thing, address that right now. We're in a
This-
1 hour and 30 minutes right now, so we need to start wrapping it up.
But that very well could be something that it may be something that we actually gotta, instead of doing, the reality is instead of doing it, the newsletter creates the information, let people love it. Because of this type of topic, this is actually gonna be something, the reality, you're gonna have to actually have, we're gonna have to have an actual like town hall style meeting. We're gonna come in, like I said, whiteboard it out and go, look, everyone's had a chance to talk, but before anyone gets to talk, we are going to present
Here's
this.
the committee, here's what they found, this is the black and
Well,
white.
you have to be very picky on this, because not everyone is good at presenting. Some people get tangents of talking about maybe something that you don't, that you lose what we're talking about. You're gonna get someone that can just go, here's the 9 points, here's what won, and here's why, you know what, here's your pro and con on this point, point 2, pro and con, and go down that list.
The ones that are in the trenches with that, and they're doing all the work.
Yeah, yeah, they're doing a lot of serious work.
With the committee who feels comfortable presenting, and
And from when I've been in the meeting, when I've been in those, Bob, I would recommend Bob. I haven't been in the last 2 meetings, that's like I'm able to, but Bob seems like the guy that would just be absolutely the best at presenting. But we can let,
just work
yeah.
with them and let them decide who wants to present their work, because they're doing all the work.
That's the only way to do it. We haven't given them any time that any meeting yet, and we're supposed to schedule a meeting to talk about their stuff in our meetings.
Yeah.
We almost allowed it.
Yeah.
Yes. Then, okay, then I guess that's where we need to go with all this, and that should kind of clean everything up.
We give them direction to focus on getting the presentation together
Sure.
before the.
Have them present what their findings are.
So sorry.
No.
I was just gonna say, after all of us go through our topics, at the next meeting, then we give them for the.
They're either first or last.
Yeah, that's-
Whatever whatever works best, I don't care.
Agenda, I sit down, talking about off the local news board, it goes to the clerk and see.
Don't make, let me look at it.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I can, I honestly look at it.
It's an agenda, and it runs out, and it does.
Oh, yeah, I
flex
think
forward.
we're actually good to see it.
Committees, they may not be going, maybe we may have 4 or 5.
See, that I'm trying to form a social committee with Kristen.
If we can get some volunteers, yes.
I can't do it, so. I'm too social.
Right.
Then here's my thing on that, and I don't know if this needs to be official or not, but at some point, just like a sidebar, like, hey, you got 5 minutes to present your shit, because we got 10 to 15 minutes of actual interest of coming inbound from what you present.
For what they have, information that, 10, let's say 15, 10, yeah, 10, 15, and 1.
Yeah.
Depending on who's presenting has the experience, it really matters.
Yeah, I'm sure, because if they know that there's an issue of urgency, they can just deal with it accordingly, just know that it's urgent.
Yeah, let's say you just put a match.
Jack, what do you guys say?
We can set it.
So maybe it helps everybody just needs to be prepared, you know, if we give military briefings, we could give 10 minutes, we could give you a battle brief, and then cover all the details, you know, you just gotta be prepared and just rehearse it and do it.
Yeah, that's what I think people don't understand, but, I mean, if you take that timer on the table and set it for 3 minutes and let it go and everybody be quiet for 3 minutes is a long time.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and people don't realize that, oh, that's 3 minutes, man, I can do that in 3 minutes. Just have the clock,
Yes.
sit there and be quiet for 3 minutes, and see how long 3 minutes really is, because it's a lot longer. It feels a lot longer than what you think it is. So, I think we can work with one, you know, coming up with an amount of time that is sufficient for them to get their word across.
We have one, we have one more meeting before the members meeting, right? We have one more of our meetings before the member meeting.
Well, that's what we'll have to do, is we will have to, if that
Okay.
water thing's at 10 AM, we're gonna have a board of director meeting at like 9 AM.
Then my deal with, this is just the committees, I'm just talking about the committee.
The committee has one more, yes.
We hold off on the committee for this meeting,
The next one.
go and talk to them, figure out, like I said, what's gonna take to present in a public setting.
Give them a month or so.
That'll get us one more meeting amongst us before the members meeting. I got my numbers correct, right? We have,
Yep.
and then we can. We're just leaving that committee hanging that way though.
Well, if we still go with them and tell them, start preparing basically an entire presentation, that's, setting, like I said, I mean, setting the presentation in that style, you get a lot of work.
That's-
It doesn't mean a PowerPoint, big deal, or one, but it's a handout, but it's, somebody's gonna have to be ready to, because whoever's presenting, they're gonna have to practice.
It
This is
would,
one
yeah,
of the
that
things-
does, public
Like,
speaking. yeah.
I've done public speaking classes,
Yeah,
I've done both ones, and I'm like, I can do that all day, but it's knowing your topic. It's very easy for someone that's not good at it to get stumbling.
I can do it
go-
for 10 to 15 minutes and then the fuck you start rolling
I
out.
did,
Yeah, right, and that's-
I've done a 15-minute speech in like a minute because I was like, oh, you know, it's like, you gotta learn how to, you know, get yourself prepared for it.
About y'all giving a presentation at the meeting about your charter committee at, about 10 minutes maybe, and put it all out?
Yeah. Well, we can
At the very least, so far as anything concerning charters, let me reach out to them at the next member and try and organize that. And at our next, member, or not member meeting, but board meeting,
direct.
I'll have something for you up there. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay.
They can still, let's start making a plan. Yeah, that gives them at least something to start planning.
What do you got, Rich? Was there letters that makes you?
I've got a few of really important things, and then there's other stuff that's important we can discuss today. One, we have to decide, right now, we don't have that, we really don't have an option to decide. The insurance quote, our insurance price, it looks fine.
Seconded, do we all know what we're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, we already had that quote.
Jack, do you understand?
And I just, we looked into it, and the building was gonna be a lot cheaper, but I didn't realize that everything else was
Yeah,
involved in
they
that too.
overquoted the building,
So,
but we considered everything inside of it.
Yeah.
The quote's not horrible, we overquoted, it's just protects us if something happens to cover it. Yeah, and we can always come back and readjust it after.
yeah, if we did for the free refund, I think it could be adjusted.
There's no way. I don't see any way.
Yeah, motion that we accept the quote. Second.
Aye.
Yeah, she's supposed to call me Monday. I'll get that. We had the roof bid, you know, the last boards had, they said they had a roof bid of 30,000 and repair 8,000. two companies since the last week come out and quote. One's at 11,000 patch. I got these other three come in and for an entire brand new road, 26 gauge, all the labor and everything. It gives a 2-year warranty. It says the metal's gonna have a 30 or 40-year warranty on it. And these guys told it's like $6,780. And that's labor, everything.
I'm just gonna jump in. What are we?
What do you mean? Right now.
Who
they-
gives a shit if whatever it is getting wrecked, it's wrecked? I'm not arguing against this, but I'm just trying to cut right to the heart of the issue.
So specifically with the way, just the way I look at it, Mike may be the best answer, but the way it's leaking now, and I got to see pictures of how bad it is, you know, screw holes into your pen, that some of the holes are the top of a soda bottle, that they're already, so it's leaking already badly. If this is an asset for the hardware at the end of the day, and if these leaks continue, the way the water when it leaks in, it doesn't run straight down. It runs to the sides and goes to the bottom, which means it's going to start, if it doesn't fit, molding and also start pressing that metal over time. Yeah, it's already got a little bit on the outside, but we start getting holes in that, and then we're losing total degradation of the entire building. Yeah, on the top.
Again, I'm not,
And it's just our responsibility. to
I
take care of
am
that.
not necessarily advocating for not doing this, I'm Mr. Devil's advocate.
Yeah.
With us repairing it today, this year, whatever, this motion, I'm like, hey, we're about to increase our insurance, what's the chance of these storms coming through and blowing up and we get a free roof? Or, I know
Well,
it's
and
kind
it's
of a
also
shitbag
like-
way of
but-
looking at it.
but
But
that
no,
also-
but also the way you're talking too, it's like, and that's a question I had, it's like, well, can't we just make a claim right now and say that the roof's ruined, because we've got insurance?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So here's my thing personally, like my experience with insurance. That is just traditional wear and tear. They don't cover, most of
Yeah,
them
that's
don't
true.
cover that.
When was it put on?
Yeah, you go, yeah, you go, well, when this was
50
built,
years.
this was built in 1990s,
Yeah.
they go,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they go, no offense.
Like Tom, John, and Paul. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly, yeah. And,
It's gonna go up.
the prices are only gonna go up at this point, so we're just protecting the cost of future boards.
The only reason I bring up what I brought up
And our
over.
insurance will go up even more, which is not more, but if you have to then put a claim on it because of that, it will go up.
Well, then,
Cause they're not gonna let us hire a company
Yeah,
like,
that's true, yeah.
they're not gonna let us hire, even though this guy is fully licensed and bonded, they're gonna make you go hire a company that's gonna charge 30 grand and not 10 grand.
and like I said, I am not against this on the face of it, I'm just bringing it up for reasons. My only thought is we're about to hammer a cost with insurance. Do we want to go ahead and double hammer our
Well,
cost?
you're only looking about, we've already gonna have to pay the insurance, no matter what. You're only raising, I think it was like $1,000, $1,000 more, so it's not, and I
And that's for
actually,
the whole year too.
that's for the whole year, we're paying, we're done. And when I did the, budget plan, I think I had already rose it like $400 anyway, so it's not really hitting the budget that much.
Alright, I don't have any arguments.
I think
All
that
my arguments
the price for the roof and the labor sounds good, to me, like that.
Yeah, and if somebody
Like,
does contract
yeah,
work for
yeah,
them.
like, I mean, if I was gonna do it and I had a few guys with me to do it and stuff, I'd be charging
Charging a lot
more than
more.
that,
I-
at least 10,000, yeah.
I'm just trying to bring up arguments, my arguments are settled.
And this also helps us with members of the community of us showing another something of proving we were about what we said and we were taking action. And this is stuff has to be done. We can't sit here and piddle around and hold on to things. We're just doing it.
It's right there.
Yeah.
So,
And exactly, and that's most likely because we get moisture in from that. So I'll motion that we accept that bid at $6,980.
My second.
Yep, my vote.
I vote for.
Aye. 4. Might have to write this one down. This is one that we need to go to the courthouse and we need to start the process of. It's one that at some point did not sell at a tax auction and county's just holding it. So if it owed us dues, or if it still does, I didn't tell the Shake City what it would have owed us. We're never getting that money. County owns it and has been owning it for 5, 6 years.
I'll jump down there and talk to him. I know them personally.
Yeah,
Going
so
there.
my understanding is whatever the taxes were owed on it, you just have to pay that, then they'll put it out, they'll advertise it, put it up for another random auction. There's no, but a silent auction, if nobody bids, they give it to us. If somebody bids it, buys it, they give us a money back. So my understanding.
One of these ones? It's just a second
No,
one. Do you have a name?
I don't have the name for it.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it.
835. I don't, cause it,
I can look at that.
yeah, it is one, it's not in a person's name anymore, it's in county's name.
Yeah.
So there was that one. I've got 5 lots that I found, looking at that stuff, that had issues where we already had one I fixed the neighbor's thing, the county reached out, they told me first, and at some point, 40 years, he wasn't filed correctly, so it's been under the Parker thing the whole time. The person's been paying their dues and taxes religiously for 40 years. So we got that deed fixed. There's 5 more lots just like it at now. I've actually called and reached out to all 5. I say that 3 of them, the numbers we have thought don't work. They go straight to not service. I spoke to 2 of them. One is fully paid up in their dues, so I'll have that fixed this week. Get them a new deed corrected. The other one, the lady owes some money, but I explained to her, I'd love to get this fixed for you. You gotta pay me for it. I can fix you. She said, no problem, so I'm gonna mail her an invoice, she'll mail back payment, and then I'll mail her the set up. And then, now there's 3 other ones on that list. Kinda good strict. One of them, 2 of them one owes only $200, but none of the numbers work. You can Google research the numbers, I found one, it's not working. One of them owes us $2,200. And that lot is legally never left on.
That one, that's one I did service on recently. That's.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So-
Cutler and also the one that's in Cushing.
That's the app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The problem we have with a lot like these 452s, that one that owes 22, the big problem is you can't actually file a lien on it. You can't file a lien against yourself. Yeah, so kind of a problem with that. And, you know, you got, I think, almost 40 years worth of forage from properties. Now, this one is not true, because if it's never left their name, we can send out a couple of certified letters, hoping they'll answer and see if they reach out and pay the dues, but if they don't, we're in a very tricky place on what do we do when they owe us money. Can't file a lien, file a judgment, we're still.
Right.
The lot is legally in our name.
That might be something run by the attorney.
Hold on. There is a lot that's in our name with other people's shit on it, basically.
So there's 5 of those.
But
But
just this one.
This one specifically that owes significant money, yes.
Or is it?
B221. I have not. This is the stuff that I told you guys like Thursday and yesterday, and I spent 9 hours working. Yeah, that I'm doing computer work, talking to clerk in person, talking to the assessor, and both of them going, the assessor was able to at least answer a question on why it happened, but she didn't have the proof. She goes, usually the way this is if you look at the tax records, it'll say our name, a percent sign, and this person's name. And they said that means they are taken care of. But what they usually have, what she said in history, is that they filed a deed, there's something wrong with the deed, so it never legally went to their name. It's somebody, because they paid the taxes at that time. State law of Oklahoma, they do not legally own that property, but they are at least taken care of because they paid it.
Alright.
But legally, according to Kansas, I asked, I'm like, can they sell property in the county clerk? I'm like, no. They can't fill out, if they fill out any type of deed, if it's a felony, like Mike just said, if they put their name down on it, it's wrong. It has to have, a deed from our name to someone's name.
We should find out what our rights are to that property since our name's on it.
When it
Well,
owes,
Obviously, since our name's on it, it's part of the reason why they need to sell it.
That's the one that's out for service too. So we paid, last month to
Yeah.
have the sheriff in, Crawford County, they're gonna be serving them. And then I have to call every week and see if they,
So
if we've got the service back before I go to
So
court.
that one, there's no need for us to know anything right now, at least.
No, yeah.
We got the sheriff doing it.
Yeah, I've got 2 of those going.
Yeah. But that one's the one. There's another one in that same group that was like $620. That one, you know, we can start with regular mail. The same thing, but it's one like, hopefully you're sending out a regular letter on the one that goes $620. We just get that solved one. Like I said, I've got 2 of those that one's paid, one wasn't paid, but they're gonna pay us immediately. So those are fortunately very quick fixes and we can be corrected. But like, the complicated ones, the ones that owe money, and it's, one of them is very significant. That's, we may have to figure out. So we've got the certified letter coming from the sheriff to them, so maybe it's wait to see, but if they can't get a, if they can't get a hold of them either, then we've got a thing that says we'll have to ask the lawyer.
Right.
We'll know by next
I'm sorry.
meeting on that one.
These people have been paying taxes this year.
Right, that's, well, no, yes, that, I'll have to double check. That one, I don't know, I did not check
Again,
on that.
this is the motion, this is just a notice test. These, let's just go, these people have been operating under the law essentially,
Yeah,
as we have.
correct.
I think we should come up with a break.
What I said, the one,
Never mind, I got that.
I kind of get what you're saying, is, and that was mine, as soon as I saw this is one I was brain dead. Because it stressed me immediately,
yeah.
that I'm like, okay, these people at some point probably paid for this. Now, they probably at this point don't have record of it. But they've been paying dues at some point, but they're not now, they pay taxes at some point, I didn't double check to see if they paid these ones. Because I was doing this with 50, I did this with 40 other lots. No, well, that's one, I know on the ones on it, they didn't pay the dues, but I didn't know about paying taxes. Then, like this one, you got this, the UT-21, it's, it owes $2,200. They ain't paying it. So they've gotten to the point that, you know, a foreclosure process, this is just one I can consider like foreclosure process is where it's not going at a person for money on a foreclosure, you're filing paperwork just to get the property sent to a sheriff auction. Well, no, it doesn't say that on a foreclosure. It sends it to a sheriff auction that wipes away all dues and taxes. This is the person we have someone who paying. Basically, if it sells for $3,000, they pay the county taxes that are owed, and they send the rest of the money to us, and it's owed. So this is one, couldn't do that, because it's on our hand. So it would be, if we go, we have to get the lawyer to go, what do we do on this one? It's in our name, we sent sheriff to issue an actual letter, they couldn't get it somehow, so nobody knows this person exists anymore, there's no way to contact them. After foreclosure, but that would be like, that would be after it's going through all auctions. For me, and that's the only one, the other ones are all small enough amounts, it's like, let's try to exhaust, yeah, we can exhaust auctions to try to get, that's the only one that's important.
Yeah, and I try to exhaust everything before you go to the lawyer, 'cause
Right, we already are, really,
Do we have any dialogue with these people?
no, that's the problem. That is the biggest problem issue. The one, we've already tried to send a certified letter, we actually couldn't get it, so now we pay, Mike went down and paid a sheriff certified letter. So we're waiting on that. We don't, so for that specific one, it just coincidentally happened to be the one we've actually done this for. So if it's even then, if we can at least get it talked to, I would love it if they just go, if we get a hold of them and they go, it's not gonna get you know, it's gonna get you next, you can't do anything with it, pay your dues. And then they go, I'll accept, turn it over, and then we go, we don't have to, it's already is, and then we just auction, gosh. But that'd be the best world option that happens, and we hope they respond.
It's not getting one of them. We don't have anything on that.
We'll know by the next meeting, because that'll be like a week before
Yeah.
I gotta go to court. So I'll know by then whether or not they receive service or not.
And then on this sheet I gave you guys, just so you know, there is officially, no one ever gave me this number, there's officially 2,065 lots in Hartford.
2065.
they list this parcel and there's lots. That's how many, now that's including water department, the A192. A192 is Carlo Road, all the ones for here, which I listed on there, the ones that are boat ramp. We got the one under our name, that's including security shop, 83. That's a lot we pay, that property taxes on it, not really big, but that's one. Now the other stuff, which, so that finishes all that stuff. Now, there's a question if we can discuss it, is, you know, everyone plays soccer, we're not gonna put any split here. But maybe there's a, it's a scientific fact, there's millions of research documents to prove people are hot today. So, you get cooler in here.
Fuck it, let's put some heaters.
I think,
Light it up, baby.
I think like with the fans going down, we might wait though and see a little, cause I mean, it's
Well,
nice.
yeah, it is.
It was 100 degrees in here when I turned this on.
Yeah, but it's one, it's worth considering, you know,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
$800 next week, you know, the plug and play now.
Sure, yeah.
But, and we can put that up to the members at the next meeting and go, hey, this is something we want you guys to consider, you guys, this is what we're considering, you guys can put it for a motion if you want, at least let them give a choice,
Yeah.
but that's just an idea for later.
I think that's good.
One is, one of the abilities, there's one on the boards, one on the.
No.
Not leaving.
I want to do it.
Okay, just looking at that. Okay. That was, otherwise, there's 12 of these I would.
Yeah, put it up. I mean, that, in my opinion, is not, I can say something like.
So to me, I think, I've thought about this, I thought about it today a lot, because that lead to us being on there, it's the second time since I've been on the board that this has been an issue. Well, there's a part of it I want to say is, the thing is, that getting up on the board and being online is.
If I'm paying dues, I wanna see who's.
Exactly. Members
And-
want to know,
and-
the main
My personal.
the main
opinion won't
problem,
change on
the
that.
only thing, and I agree, people want to know who's not being used, which is fair because you have to give people access to information. Assuming they're not using information for poor choices. So the only thing I think you can do is if you remove it, at least where it's not openly on the board's website, people can always still email and ask for it, but you have to give it to them. The only thing you run into is if a member has been using that information to attack other members, then you are getting to a point of, we can then as a board deny that person access to that list. Simply for saying, you.
I get where you're coming from, this is mine, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, but that's.
The way I see that is road policy is encouraging or discouraging behavior, and that's not something
I think,
That's my, and that's what I'm saying, the reality is that when I thought about it, there's nothing, and I just got some on messages, some, Jack mentioned it. Mine is, I'm like, if you get rid of it, it's just gonna be bad, some people are gonna be mad that it's not.
well, it's also gonna make it, it's gonna be an easy out to say, well, I never got notice, I don't check my emails, I get 1,000 a day, because that's me a lot of times too. And
Well,
even,
you
I
would-
think you gotta give
Well,
public
no, you
notice.
wouldn't email it out to everyone, it would be sent, whatever.
Somebody wants to ask for it, so, okay, because we're supposed to give them the
Yeah,
information
it's,
they want.
I'm torn on it, because after scenarios that have happened, this is the second time since I've been on the board, this has been an issue.
People like take pictures, post.
Yeah, it's the second time it's been an issue since I've been on the board, and it's, I don't know
Well,
how
I
many
think
times
that's
it's
just, isn't that just harassment though?
But
That's just harassment.
at some
That's not
point,
something that we should deal with.
and like I said, I made a public decree against what's going on. So, but I'm gonna kind of fall, I'm gonna be a hypocrite. Like, no, that, somebody wants to go and publicly shame somebody, that's their business.
It's not good.
Yeah, and then it's a civil matter, it's not.
That's what I mean. That's not right.
I mean.
Now, there'd be one question I have is, and I don't know this rule, so I'm asking if anyone's experienced it. From my understanding, there was a topic a month ago or something where somebody was talking about, what they bought, they wanted some past history, and they're like, legally you can't because it's the debt act. You can't share people technically debt. I don't know if this falls under that. This is not, well, then, HIPAA's only about health.
So are you talking about the disclosing
Yeah,
the
but-
dues or like the past dues or the past?
That would basically be the current list we have proposed, is we made a mistake once, the list is the name, the lots, and the total dues owed.
Right,
It
right.
doesn't give you phone number, address.
No, yeah, and that's fine, but I was just asking if you're talking about that stuff, or are you talking about, like previous owners who owned it? Cause that's public record, that's
No,
what
no,
it says.
you can do that technically, like, if somebody buys a lot and says, hey, you know, that owes money, and they go, hey, there's $2 grand owed on it. I wanna see the record, I wanna see that person, I need record. All I can show them is go, our records go.
I'm just gonna cut through the mustard. As the situation is, like,
You can't show someone.
I have no problem showing somebody has or has not paid their dues on a public board. That's just where I stand.
Yeah, the only thing I'd be questioning is if it has a line on that debt line then it would go. But I think that it's payment, the debt thing would be more payment history versus this is owed on a lot, which I don't know if that's gonna, it's change. I don't know. Yes, yeah, that's on the website. Well, that's where it pulls it off. Nobody, the reality is nobody pulls it off that way.
Yeah, nobody's.
They're pulling it off the website because it's the 21st century and no one wants to walk out of their house when it's 110 degrees out.
But I'm 2 blocks away, I just walked right over here.
That's already the last.
It's easier.
Yeah. No, I just found the key for it, so.
It's good to have.
Okay, okay.
I'm torn because it also does.
Let me just
General
try and
pay
boil,
bills.
let me just try and boil it like this. The perceived motion is
It wasn't a
made,
motion.
I understand, but if a motion were to be presented, it would be something along the lines of all, debt list or whatever the fuck name is by request only. Is that the essential gist
Well,
of what?
well, it's not saying that it is, it's just, that's what it is, because we can't, from my understanding, I could be wrong, from my understanding, because that would be like talking about records that members are always allowed to ask to access, even if, because that's not what's brought up in text message about it, they're off the boards, and I'm like, well, yeah, they're off the boards, is that.
I got where you're going.
Yeah,
I
is
got
that
where you're going.
even if you get to
All
that
right, all right,
point,
fine.
you're still gonna be, they can legally ask, well, we have to give them access to it. The only thing you would get to is if, like, if a member is.
The only thing is,
using that.
who's responsible for that? Who do they talk to, and who is responsible for filling out that, what board?
Secretary.
It is,
I would be the secretary and I have to get approved from
Or-
the president.
Are you fine with that?
No, you don't have to have that. In fact, it's the opposite. You can deny it in our bylaw.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to get that,
Yeah.
And it's
but
not-
are you okay
it's-
with the
it- well,
control?
It's not just in, because that falls under people's duties.
He has
it falls under
treasurer
the-
too.
So if somebody emails me,
He would actually have that information. If it was architectural review, I'd have it. If it was security, it'd be you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's gonna fall into the person that it is, probably.
But that's what-
whoever is in
That's the
charge.
biggest thing, that's why I said,
I'm just trying to get this.
I'm conflicted by it, but that's my thing is, no matter if.
I'm against it, but if we're going to do this, how do we do it? That's my question. And who is responsible?
I think we should take on it a little bit. And leave it to unfinished business.
Fine.
It's like,
Well, no, that's a whole other topic. The reality is, because right now we post just a link to go list, and it's that, that's just part of our records, and we have to share with members, we have to do that. So if a member, most of the time, a member's not, if they're gonna last in this, yeah, they're not gonna ask for just a single lot, they're gonna ask, I wanna see the entire list. Which is the same list we generate new every month, updated, so then it would be just a simple, and that's why currently they just, from my understanding, they just put it on the website, and they put it on the board. That way, it's there for, like, just to say it has to be done on the board. Okay. Right, you don't, well, that gets more.
well, I could see it, like, I could see it, like, cause I've thought about this myself, where it's like, I was like, well, so-and-so's building all this crazy stuff, and it's like, I'd like to see if he's even filled out a form for that, you know, or something, and it's like.
It's
And
fair.
that's fair, because like you're holding everybody
Whether or not
to the
it's
fire, you know, and
It's-
it's the same thing too with paying dues.
Exactly.
Like, I wanna see it, if you wanna see it, you know,
No, I think there's something. I don't know on that, I think question is, if someone asks to say, was there an architectural formal review done on this? I want to see it. I'm not sure on that one actually, because that wouldn't be private information on that.
Hey,
That might, you would actually have to show it, because it would verify for members, it's one of those, it's
you could redact phone numbers and stuff anyways.
personal information, the personal information.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
that's,
And that can be by request only. I don't.
Yeah,
want to
but
use
yeah,
that.
yeah, we're not
No,
posting that.
those are requests only, but it's like, the delinquency do this, the whole reason they were,
Okay.
from my understanding, they were putting it on there is so you don't have to deal with it. There's
So-
sets of numbers they're gonna ask for every month, you have to auto send it, or you just have it there, they can download it if they want. And
So
it
we
makes your
should-
job easy.
Are we putting forth anything? Are we putting this off?
We can put this off on.
I'm not gonna put it off.
I'm exhausted. I'm not trying to be, you're not gonna get it on this.
Saturday night, yeah.
You're not gonna get,
No,
on this,
that
you're
one-
not gonna get it on
We'll
this.
just, we can discuss that over a couple weeks, so that there's that, then the only thing is, everyone is, I've got a list, and then, William, there's one for you here, there's 12, it's actually the top 12 lots on the delinquency notes, except for the number one, I cross-referenced them with tax records. The number one, that owes him 20,000, he's dead, his lot should go for auction this year, no point, if we were gonna try a foreclosure process to get properties, no point filing that. But, yeah, but these other ones, like, and I actually sat and tried to call all these numbers, by the way, too. I actually tried to, the 12 on here, I looked up their information, tried to contact them, and, well, I didn't do number 10. But I actually tried to contact them. There's even one where, like I said, somebody, the husband died, the wife tried to come back in, like, May to settle it. And she, when they told her they couldn't set package, let's see, court, no one heard nothing. Yeah, but there's a couple of these for, like, number 7. I've actually talked to that guy. He's actually, I'm gonna talk to him again this week. He's probably gonna sign that property over. Where was the other one? Number 11, dad passed away. So that one, been in probate for like 4 years. Into September, he's gonna know, and he's either gonna pay to sign it or sign it over, so we'll know. Number 12, it was sold at the auction, the lady gave me their address, so I'll be able to send a letter. But really, those top 6, you know, they owe quite a bit of money. They're all paying the taxes. At this point, we might as well, even if it, from my understanding, talking to the old boards, foreclosures cost them about $3,000 one. And after it's sold, they only got about $3,000 back from the sale. Which after the taxes got paid, they only got like $3,000 back. So basically, they broke even, but the lot got in the owner's hand paying dues. Whether the new owner pays dues or not afterwards, just hope they will. It might be worth these ones to go start making. No, not small money, because the reality is we don't have the social, we don't have where you work. Small money, but anything. Because you can't actually get it, give it away. We might just start doing the foreclosure process. Even if it costs some money, that way we can actually just try to get these lots back. Because they don't go in our name, they go up to sheriff auction, get auction, get on the owner.
Right.
Well, my understanding too on the foreclosures, they did some of that work, they paid the lawyer to do it all.
What,
Some of that work, we can do the labor ourselves.
and Casey went to the bathroom, but I was talking to Casey about this the other day. His wife's uncle actually basically does this for a living. He's a real estate guy, and he said you can actually get with him and see if we actually have to lawyer do it, or if there's probably, how much can we do ourselves? If it's just file certain things to make it cheaper. Because that's one.
It sounded to me like the lawyer pretty much told the same to Randy that, you know, a lot of this you can have yourself.
Yeah.
Which means to me is we may pay for one of these, and while he's doing one of them, basically start doing the others right beside him. Well, like I said, Casey said he can reach out to his family member that will know. Yeah, yeah. Mike's mom worked for him for this, so she may know about
We have the whole
this.
side of the family.
Learn the process. Well, that's the one. If we have to pay someone to just go through the first process with us, then obviously we need to make a work
I just need
document.
to find out if you know.
basically, I'll make this simple so we finish this up, is I'll motion that we start looking and working on the process of foreclosure on some of these.
Okay, so there, we got a motion.
Second.
Second.
Got a second. All in favor? Say aye. All opposed? Any abstain? So that's four to zero cases have died.
These here,
I abstain.
so 4-0 to 1.
Okay, so four yes, one abstain, motion passes.
Okay, and that's just going through the process, so we can see. Now, the only thing left on this for me, and I guess, we all talked about running is dealing with some of these really trouble lots that are trash. Part of the sector is exactly what Mike mentioned about Bob, it's covered up part of easements. I'll just say salt code, and we all know exactly what we're talking about, since there's people attending the meeting, so I don't give out lot numbers. But I have them here on the sheet, the lot numbers with all their jobs. It's not saying we're gonna start doing the process back cleaning ourselves, but we've got to at least start sending out a warning, and then send out a file.
Hold on. You got that photo? If this, well, shit.
I've seen it, so I know about it.
Now I'm talking about something totally different.
Oh, okay.
And it's gonna eat up a whole bunch of time. But if this is where we're going, we got a lift station on Cherokee that's got a hole the size of a bowling ball. That's just spewing.
Well, that's a water thing, and then
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, that was.
No, that's an issue, we need to take care of that, because that's one thing, but that's one, Monday, someone needs to call, you do not call Circus Workers. You call into Houston, and you report, or I guess the new one, and you report that, they will put a work order in, because when you put that in, you say, there's a septic point out on the ground, that is a legal liability, that you can be harming people, and those are.
I've distracted on where y'all were going.
But the salt code one, I've got the knock numbers here, we all know who it is. I think we have to send out, start the warning, after 2 weeks, send out a fine. But we don't have to. So that's one. Second.
We got a motion and a second.
Yeah.
All in favor?
All right,
All opposed? Any abstain? That's gonna be 5-0. We definitely need to start cashing on that one. Like I said before, they've always said county law supersedes our bylaws as far as the other property. I mean, is that part of that?
well, that's what I've talked to everyone individually about that. Well, I've talked to everyone about that actually, is that the reality is, yes, state law supersedes, so we can't trespass. But our bylaws are filed with the county as restrictions, which means that is the exact equivalent if you're in the city, and if your grass is too tall, the city sends someone to you, and you haven't said no trespass, and they go, city restriction, we override that, you go, you grab a sheriff, you say something. Now, on the other line of that, if some of these ones that are like, the trailers, there's 2 over by my store, there's one I hear about having the trailers that are falling in and busted up. I've been told recently, I talked to 2 people about it, and they said you can actually you can call a sheriff out here and grab a ship, and you can ask the sheriff to have it get, and that's actually how you start the process. Now, I said, I don't know that we can do that, technically as a board, but Don talked about it, and Don's big. He said, sheriff can do it, and I'm like, and Don, that may be something we need to potentially start to, show, tell us about the thing, have one of them go, yeah, we agree, go ahead and make that call. Yes, because some of those, if it's simply as call a sheriff and the sheriff reports it, some of these are bad enough.
I'm saying on the bylaw thing, that's, if there's a concern of going on a property and doing something because people absolutely refuse to do anything, take it to court and get a court order to be able to do it. The court will give you the right and
And property.
our bylaws to enter property. It will
Yeah,
give you
sure.
the right
And Nelson did that, Mike mentioned this, because Nelson did that, you basically protect you. Yeah, so we agree, okay, so then everyone good? I'm most adjourned, okay. Oh, no,
We know a couple of people's families, Christian one of them, never got approval, because I know it's, the bylaws and like birds, we put that in the school.
Oh, I thought we did.
Yeah, I thought we
Nobody,
did too.
nobody responded, but I thought we
I
talked.
thought, yeah, I thought
Mine's
we did.
what, it wasn't the two people responding.
Okay, my biggest thing on that is,
And I agree with that.
I think that it would be an exception in most cases, but being about what specifies birds and not chicken, then it is not, because it specifies birds, even though that's labeled as an ornamental bird, it's bird. That's me personally.
She sent us a letter, we responded.
So,
I think we need to find a way.
I'll talk to her, she goes out and lets my sister's dog out all the time.
We need to find, in my
Okay, yeah.
opinion, we need to be
Yeah.
finding a way to have exemptions for these.
That just means we have to use the bylaw.
Yeah, I think we have to do that, because if we start doing
From
exemptions.
my understanding, I don't even think that's necessary, or necessary.
If you, and I'm all for it, if you can find some type of wording that we can hand the orders over with this technically, I'm all for it, because I know what she's doing with them, and I 100% agree. I hate to.
Me too,
But me and her.
but the law is the law.
Yeah.
And, but I think, I really do, I think we don't need to change that thing.
So then, hey, sir.
They made exceptions before, now when it was legal or not, you know, there was a lot of stuff that was changed, but somehow in the past, they had made exceptions for, people that brought a doctor, notice that they had to have, fresh eggs, not store-bought eggs, and they allowed them to have chickens. So there's,
Like I said, there's,
Yeah, you can't deny the dog.
if
So-
it wasn't an FFA thing, I wouldn't be ashamed.
But it's doing, it's making money for college students, for kids in college.
It's FFA, which,
Yeah, so that's,
which,
well, and no will cut. To do those things, no will cut. Was there another one? you said we had on there?
Anything else?
Was that the only, that was the only one we didn't answer? Okay. Okay, so then, that's all of us. I would put a motion to adjourn.
second it.
Alright.
Well, find you a good lot lizard, put her name in the hat for me.
Those are gonna be the best.
Take it easy, man, appreciate you.
See you. Yeah, we'll see about it.
Go get that.